Lagos Talks
91.3.
News.
President Muhammadu Buhari on Sunday said the decision of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to launch new designs and replace high-value Naira notes had his support and is convinced that the nation will gain a lot by doing so. This is contrary to the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, who disowned the policy, stating that the Apex Bank did not consult the fiscal authorities over the new policy when she was fielding questions from lawmakers last Friday.
You should call the monetary authorities because they're the competent authority to do this. We were not consulted. It was an announcement that we heard. And I've seen,
you just saw the press release like every other body.
Part of the reasons that was advocated is that's one of the ways to mop up liquidity to manage inflation. But there are also consequences that we're also looking at. What would the consequences be? There will be some benefits, but there will be some challenges. And I don't know whether the monetary authorities have actually looked very closely as what the consequences are and then how they can be mitigated.
However, President Buhari, while speaking in a Hausa radio interview to be aired Wednesday morning on Tambari TV on Nilesat, said reasons given to him by the CBN convinced him that the economy stood to benefit from reduction in inflation, currency counterfeiting and the excess cash in circulation. According to a statement by Garuba Shehu, his media aide, President Buhari was quoted to have stated that he did not consider the 3-month period for the change to the new notes as being short. In the interview, the president also addressed issues of food security and national security, among others. President Buhari will today, Monday, meet with security chiefs in the nation's capital, Abuja, to further review and strengthen security network in the country. The president, who was initially scheduled to commission the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, Naseni New Technology and Innovation Complex, will receive briefs from the security chiefs and interject on areas that need more attention. According to a statement by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garuba Shehu, the commissioning of the Naseni Complex will hold on a later date. The Nigerian Communication Commission, the NCC, has reassured the public that the new 5th generation network, also known as 5G, has no negative health effects. It's Enugu Zonal Controller, Ogbonaya Ogama, who made the clarification at a round table with members of the Association of Heads of Federal Establishments, insisted that international bodies, including the World Health Organization, WHO, had established a threshold that there is no solid evidence that emissions from electromagnetic devices, including the handsets or the 5G, causes negative health effects on humans and animals. The controller, however, advised users not to hold these electromagnetic devices like handsets close to their body if they had doubts. The controller further disclosed that the 5G network was already operational in 6 states, including Lagos, Imo, Borno, Kano, Rivers, Oyo, and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and would be extended to other states by 2025. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has refuted claims that the children in Nigeria were being administered a vaccine that contained 40% mercury, which was prescribed by foreign organizations. Its Director General, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, in a press statement, debunked some reports saying that the multi-dose vaccines containing 40% mercury, banned about 30 years ago in Europe and over 20 years ago in America, are still being applied to Nigerian children's bodies. NAFDAC, however, said mercury is a metal and it is not used as an element or a component of vaccines. And for context, thimerosal, a mercuric compound, which is a preservative used in multi-dose vaccines in concentrations of 0.003% to 0.01%, contains a different form of mercury called ethyl mercury. The West African Examinations Council, WAEC, says no amount of blackmail or fraud will stop its latest innovation in checking the activities of fraudsters using its recently launched digital certificate platform. The council's head national office, Mr. Patrick Reagan, who stated this in an interview on Sunday, said digital certificate platform launched on October 20 by the council will also make retrieval of lost or destroyed certificates possible and make access, sharing and confirmation easy, among other benefits. Arrogant said it was disappointing that some people were trying to discredit such bold and globally acclaimed initiative of the council, which is compliant with global best practices by ensuring that the data of candidates are protected securely and cannot be accessed by third parties without the consent of certificate owners. He also noted that the new platform was a response to modern trends, lifestyles of the teeming youth and the technological age in general. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Akali Usman Baba, has urged foreign countries, including the United States, to cease from alerting the public on possible terror attacks in Nigeria without communicating such to the police. The IGP, while inaugurating a police station and barracks in Ibusa, Oshimili North local government area of Delta State on Saturday, faulted the United States and the United Kingdom for disseminating such information to the general public, thereby triggering panic among the populace. Meanwhile, the police also on Saturday in Abuja dismissed reports that the Federal Capital Territory was saturated with explosive bombs. A statement by the force PRO, CSP Olumiwa Dejobi, said it does the country, its citizens and residents no good to continually spread such fearful rumors to further create panic, insisting that the report was fake and should be disregarded. Southeast Governors Forum says it will seek political solution to the release of Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. The governors disclosed this in a communique issued at the end of the forum's meeting after a year held on Sunday at the Government House in Nugu, stating that they were watching at the developments around the case of Nnamdi Kanu with keen interest vis-a-vis the appeal court rulings. The forum, attended by Governor Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State, Okeze Kpiazu of Abia, and host Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, aside Anambra and Imo State deputies Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezi and Professor Placid Njoku, respectively, however, decried the state of insecurity in the region, stating that economic activities have come to a halt in the zone while kidnapping and wanton killings had become the order of the day. The governors also denied creating Eastern Security Network, the ESN, but jointly formed Ebubeagu and Forest Guards to provide security for the region, while commending state and the federal governments on efforts to alleviate the sufferings on victims of the recent flood menace in the country. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, on Sunday warned illegal traders to stop conducting businesses on roads, thereby causing gridlocks on some roads. The spokesman of the agency, Taufik Adebayo, in a statement said the General Manager LASMA, Bolaji Oreagba, gave the warning while addressing officers on the need to ensure free flow of traffic during and beyond ember months in the state. It says the Section 1 of the Lagos State Street Trading and Illegal Markets Prohibition Law of 2003 prohibited both buyers and sellers from engaging in business activities at an unauthorized place. Market leaders were also urged to support the agency in ensuring activities of these illegal traders were put under check to make the roads free for motorists and other road users across the state. The Lagos State Building Control Agency has pulled down an ongoing illegal construction built along Church Street off AIT Road, Alagbado, Lagos. It has also sealed off over 7 more illegal buildings. A statement quoted the general manager of the agency, but Mr. Golan Oki, as disclosing this during the agency team's routine monitoring and enforcement exercise carried out at the Alimosho local government area of Lagos. Oki, who was represented by the Director of Enforcement and Compliance Unit, Olusoji Olokma, during the monitoring exercise, stated that the owner and developer did not only build under the power line, but the entire structure violated the state's building code. You're still listening to the World News on Lagos Talks 91.3. On the foreign scene, Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud says twin car bomb explosions near a busy junction in the capital Mogadishu at the weekend killed at least 100 people. Saturday's blast happened within minutes of each other, destroying buildings and vehicles in the vicinity. The first hit the Education Ministry, and then the second went off as medical teams arrived to deal with the aftermath. The president blamed the Al-Shabaab militant group for Saturday's attack and appealed for international medical help to deal with the over 300 injured. Brazil's leader, Jair Bolsonaro, has been defeated by left-wing former president Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva in the deciding round of presidential votes. Lula won 50.8% of all valid votes to nearly 49.2% of Bolsonaro. Lula, who was president from 2003 to 2010, sought a political comeback after being embroiled in several corruption scandals. Bolsonaro's critics accused him of mishandling the COVID pandemic and allowing rampant deforestation in the Amazon. The new Brazil president will be sworn in on January 1, 2023. In business news this morning, the federal government is set to pioneer a voluntary carbon market on the continent. According to the government, the carbon market is a new and innovative climate change solution that will create, over the period of an energy transition, millions of new jobs in Nigeria. It stated that this is part of its effort to attain the global net zero emissions target. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Office of the Vice President, Laolua Conde, revealed that the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, is a member of the recently formed International Steering Committee for the Africa Carbon Markets Initiative, which is aimed at facilitating the emergence and growth of the market here in Africa. And out to sport news, the Olympic Eagles, Nigeria's under-23 team, claimed a 2-0 victory against Tanzania to reach the final qualifying round of the 2023 African Cup of Nations, AFCON, in Morocco. Hassan Yusuf and Success Makanjola sealed the win for Nigeria in the 61st and 69th minute at the Lekan Salami Stadium in Ibadan. With the result, Nigeria is through to the final round of the qualifying series with a 3-1 aggregate after a 1-1 draw in Tanzania a fortnight ago. Elsewhere, Nigeria's Flamingos defeated Germany to clinch a consolatory bronze medal at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in India. The match ended 3-3 in regulation time, leading to a penalty shootout, which ended 3-2 in Nigeria's favour as the team took revenge for their loss against the Germans in their opening fixture. To celebrate the feat, Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa promised the team a 3 million naira reward. The team is expected back to the country later in the week. The English Premier League continued at the weekend, with Arsenal returning to the top of the table with an emphatic 5-0 win over Nottingham Forest. Manchester City beat Leicester City 1-0. Manchester United beat West Ham 1-0. Liverpool lost 2-1 to Leeds, while Chelsea lost 4-1 to Brighton. Other results saw Newcastle beat Aston Villa 4-0. Tottenham Hotspur beat Bournemouth 3-2. Brentford drew 1-1 with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Crystal Palace beat Southampton 1-0, while Fulham against Everton ended goalless.
Lagos Talks
91.3.